so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much.
Hello, all you positive heads out there. Thanks for tuning your beautiful brainwaves into another episode of the Positive Head Podcast, where we are firmly convinced that creating success and happiness is rooted in understanding the ultimate nature of reality and the fact that as human beings, we are all immensely powerful fractals of the one and only source consciousness, which creates and animates all things. Now, of course, understanding this powerful truth is one thing. Applying this incredibly empowering wisdom to everyday life? Well, that's another, which is exactly why we provide you with a fresh serving of soul food for thought 5 days a week to help constantly remind you of what matters most. You are it. And I'm your host, Brandon Beecham. I'm the reflection and extension of you who will be here each Wednesday interviewing a different consciousness changemaker. And on the other 4 weekdays, leading the way to ensure that your perspective is consistently expanded, your vibration is constantly elevated, and your heart is overflowing and full. Also, before we jump into today's episode, I'd like to take a moment to tell you about a few sponsors that not only help to make it possible to produce this show 5 days a week, but that I'm also genuinely passionate about promoting, especially since they're helping to fund all the cool projects we have in the works, such as the Positive Head app, the docuseries that I'm intending to begin shooting within the next year, and whatever else we dream up over here at Positive Headquarters to help spread consciousness across the planet. Now, if you're short on time or just super excited for today's topic and want to dive right in and skip these ads, feel free to fast forward about
2.5 minutes
to get right into today's show. That being said, I strongly encourage you to listen because the reason I'm passionate about my sponsors is because they've made a huge impact in my own life, which is why I've aligned with these organizations. And I firmly believe they can do the same for you too. The first longtime stellar supporter of the show that I want to mention is Gaia. If you're not familiar, Gaia is the go-to source for streaming consciousness content online with over 8,000 video titles. And you can sign up for your first month for only 99 cents at gaia.com/positive head. That's spelled GAIA.com/positive head. The second sponsor I'm extremely passionate about promoting is Purium. The reason I've aligned Positive Head with Purium is because I wholeheartedly stand behind their mission to end human suffering by making superfoods easily available to everyone, with the ultimate goal to help restore mankind's harmony with nature in the process. I mean, what a noble mission, right? It's no mystery that you need to bring your mind, body, and spirit into balance if a person truly intends to manifest the greatest and grandest version of themselves. And for me, for years, I honestly felt like I was ahead of the curve in the mind and spirit category, but I was only average at best in the level of care I administered to my body. Sure, I was healthy-ish when it came to the food I put into my system, but after doing a Purium 40-day transformation with a 10-day metabolic reset and cleanse, I can honestly say I have reestablished my relationship with food in a very positive way. Not only did I drop the extra weight that I was carrying as a natural byproduct of the transformation so that I'm now at my ideal body weight, but I continue to feel like my best self by starting every day with an organic Purium power shake that is made from raw superfood ingredients that were meticulously harvested, thoughtfully combined to optimize the nutritional impact it has on my body. I view the shake as plant medicine, really, and it happens to taste really delicious, and I can make it in about 30 seconds. There's actually 4 core Purium products that I take every day, and honestly, I intend to do so for the rest of my life for a very scientifically sound reason. And if you want to learn more about those reasons, you can go check out my video at positivehead.com/transformation, where I go into more detail. If you end up buying any of the Purium products, be sure and use the code POSITIVEHEAD, all one word, for a 25% discount. All right, all you positive heads, welcome. It is a magical Monday here in the studio as I record. So happy to be with you. As always, to grow again. Here we grow. so blessed. It gets me excited. I don't even know really what I'm going to talk about today too much. Well, I have some ideas. I take that back. But what's great about it is it's so fun to be able to just freestyle some of the stuff and just see what wants to come through on a given day. So I really, really thank all of you for co-creating this opportunity to share and grow. It is a pleasure. It is an honor. I am going to start out today by reading a review on iTunes. And you guys know I love my iTunes reviews. Not only do they help us to reach new people, but they also help to fuel my fire to continue this labor of love. So if you haven't reviewed on iTunes, would love you if you did. Would love you if you don't. But and also on CastBox, you can review. And of course, CastBox has been supporting the show. So recommend you guys checking that app out. It's absolutely awesome. And so grateful that they are supporting the show and helping us to reach new listeners as well. This one came in on iTunes, which is, it came from Power961. A brother of mine sent me the 60th episode of this podcast. I've never been more grateful to live in this world with the love of my life and the people around us. I know now that I can't be myself without knowing all of the selves, good and bad, and around us. Love will always win. Reminds me of the t-shirt that I wore during if you guys go to the positivehead.com/transformation page, like I talked about at the top of the show, in that video, I'm wearing those two videos that I recently shot. I'm wearing a Love Wins shirt. So yes, love always wins. You can never lose if you're aligning with love. And Powers961 obviously knows that. I know that. Now you know it. You already knew this. Everyone knows this. But of course, we got to have the anti-lovers at times to make love mean anything, right? So even that is happening for love, right? It's all happening for love. So thank you for loving me, Powers961, and sending out that review on iTunes. And yeah, it means the world. Definitely fuels my fire to continue this labor of love. And one thing I wanted to give a quick shout out of admiration, inspiration for fellow P-head and Ian Trees. Is his name on Facebook, EAN, and then Trees, TREES. If you guys hear this and are inspired, send him a word of thanks and encouragement because he is an inspiring individual. And by the way, you can do that on the Positive Heads Facebook group if you're not already there. It's a great place to connect with other listeners. It's private, so you can open up, ask questions, that sort of thing that you may not want the rest of Facebook to see. And such an amazing support group. We have come together, all of us over the years, almost 6,000 people. So it's pretty epic. But Ian, I'm just so impressed, man. This guy started out, when we started with the Purium transformation cleanse / metabolic reset, 100 days or so ago, a little over 100 days ago. I know you guys have heard me continue to talk about it. I've made, partnered with the show, Purium with the show, for the reason of I literally, it's caused such a huge ripple of positive impact in my own life, upgrading my own, physical vibration. And Ian set out, he was overweight and set out to, his main focus was, of course, to get healthier, nutritional, high vibe superfoods into his system, but also to lose weight. He's lost 50 pounds in 100 days, guys. Like, that is epic. Like, what an inspiration. So big shout out to Ian. So impressed with you, my friend. I actually met him at the Purium convention. He's become a brand partner. And just an incredible soul, incredible inspiration. And I'm just so proud to have played any role in that transformation by, turning him on to this stuff initially. And now, of course, he's a brand partner and just absolutely loving it as much as I am. And there's many others. And for that matter, for any of you guys who want to participate, been thinking about participating in the transformational, the transformation cleanse, metabolic reset. So basically, the way Purium works is you have a family of people that you're tied to, and our family is the Blissohana sort of leg of Purium, and it's Sarah Rhinelander, who's incredible, started that, and every month with Blissohana, we're going to be doing a transformation cleanse, metabolic reset with dozens, if not hundreds of other people. So if you want to get in on that for this month, I would order your stuff right away. I highly recommend the 40-day ultimate nutrition plan for that. And what's great is 10 days of that is very intense, right? Like the main transformation piece. And then the other 30 days are just taking the core 4 products. And so the 10 days you can really do at any point. So you can pick up, and once you get logged in, once you order whatever, we'll send you and get you logged into or connected with that particular group, so you can do it with all the other people in our Soul Fam, our Purium Fam that is going to be doing the cleanse each month. And so just want to throw that out. That's about to happen since we are at the 1st of September. I can tie you into that if you're interested. Otherwise, you'll find out more. You can contact us, purium@positivehead.com, if you have questions about that. But just wanted to throw that out there. If anyone wants to follow in Ian's incredible footsteps, and there's been about 150 people or so now go through it. So I'm actually going to do another one soon myself, I think, the 10-day piece that is. So, all right. So today I really want to talk a bit about Labor Day. Since it is Labor Day, I thought, well, why don't we use that as a bit of a theme to talk about? And of course, synchronistically, I had just been to Sequoia National Park this last weekend. I was actually at Dave Sandoval, the founder of Purium's property, where he's doing a retreat along with his partner, Annie and Tirza, and just all these amazing people who are just starting what they're calling Awaken, which is for autistic and special needs individuals. And I went out with my mom to support that. My mom has always wanted to be a part of helping, having been raised with, a twin who has special needs and a sister who has special needs. It's, my nephew has Asperger's syndrome. And so it's been all around our family. So I went out with my mom to Dave's property and participated in this incredible first sort of, ground zero of a new retreat for special needs individuals. And it was really, really inspiring. And about an hour away from that is the Sequoia National Park. So we went over and saw the giant sequoia trees, and I actually posted online, standing on the shoulder of giants, a picture of me looking like a little bug next to one of these incredible trees, these ancient, 2,000 to 3,000 year old trees, 1,500 to 3,000, it said, on the trail we were on, the Trail of 100 Giants. And it was just awe-inspiring. So synchronistically, as I start today, I'm like, it's Labor Day, which is all about celebrating the workforce and all the energy that goes into making, our world move, and, it's an American holiday, but this is something that can be celebrated across the world, really. Like, look at all the energy that's gone into getting us up to this point in our evolution. And, I thought of, I actually looked up the Isaac Newton quote. Isaac Newton quote, he said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulder of giants." And I want to really contemplate that today. What has went into you being here right now, listening to this? Maybe your life is somewhat mundane at this point. Maybe not. Maybe, it's all what perspective you've adopted, right? But if you've adopted a perspective of my life is not as great as I'd like it to be, it's kind of mundane, I want you to take a moment and really think about what's went down to lead you to the opportunity to be in 3D, to do what it is you're doing, and to, if you don't like what's happening, to change it, right? There has been the math that led to you being here is mind-boggling. The amount your ancestors, modern man being around, I think 250,000 years. Imagine tracing your lineage back to all the decisions that were made that led to your birth. Right? The universe has been working. It's been around, they think 13.5 billion years. All these movements and activities and actions and reactions and hardship and triumph have happened leading up to you being the culmination of that. And that's how special you are. That's how incredible you are. And if you're not seeing that, if you've forgotten that, you've never tuned into that, reality, you have missed, you're missing the fact of you are such an amazing gift. It's like hitting the lotto 1 billion times in a row for you to be here. One little thing. My grandfather was at Pearl Harbor. That's just going back 2 generations. You know, he not jumped ship and swam and been one of the survivors when the planes flew in and dropped the bombs on his particular ship, the Utah, I believe it was, he would have, I wouldn't be here. Right? It's, that's just going back 2 generations, what he went through for me to exist. And now I get the opportunity to take his challenges and growth and pain and triumph and all of that and turn it into, making it all worth something, making it all worth more, because it was worth something as it was his experience, but he also fostered this experience. He's living through me on this day and, on any day, right? And all of my ancestors are, and you are the representative of that lineage, of that DNA that you've carried forward, that all of these things that they've seen and went through have been for you. They loved you so much. They went through so much for you to be here. And that is a really, really powerful realization. So whenever you're thinking, I'm, insignificant, I don't really matter, I want you to think of all the thousands of humans before you that have led and paid the price and scraped a life out of the dirt and certainly didn't have some of the comforts and things that you have, so that you could have the opportunity to carry the flag forward. It's kind of like one of those relay races, right? Where everyone's running and then you hand off, to the guy in front of you, the girl in front of you, and then they keep running and running. It's been handed to you. The flag's been handed to you. What are you going to do with it? Right? The fact that you're here is beyond magical. It's beyond comprehension. It doesn't even calculate, statistically, the odds of you making it, just even from the potential sperm that got together with your mother's egg. That and it alone, the competitive environment, it's like, it's unfathomable how unlikely it is that you've been here. And we are truly standing on the shoulder of giants that have led to us having this incredible opportunity. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to continue to tell a story of, I'm just an average Joe. I can't do much. I'm not like them. Life isn't that magical. It's not that great. I'm bored. I'm sad. You can continue to do those things, or you can see it from the perspective of what truly is going on. And that is, it's absolutely fascinating and magical. If you start tuning into that vibration, it's there waiting for you to see it. And as soon as you start seeing it, you're going to start seeing it. And as soon as you start seeing it, you're going to start seeing reflections of it. And as soon as you start seeing more reflections of it, you're going to feel it more naturally. And it's all about turning this boat around that's maybe been going the wrong direction, if it is. Or maybe you've been 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You have moments where you step in, you step out, you feel really inspired and magical, and others you feel not so much. And you know what? That's part of the journey. It's a natural. But I want to bring our attention back to, you are truly standing on the shoulder of giants. There's been so much labor that has went into you being here. Such a price has been paid. And you don't want to dishonor that, right? By telling a story that's ho-hum, drab, and then get to the other side and find out that was my big chance and I blew it. Right. And that's what I think happens to a lot of souls. I think of this person. You guys have heard me tell the story before. Well, some of you have, if you heard the episodes where I've mentioned it, and I'll tell it again. The one time there was a woman who showed up at my house with another friend, and she was telling her story of how she had a near-death experience, drowning. She was sinking to the bottom. She couldn't swim anymore. Next thing she knew, she was somewhere else. There was some other being there with her. And they said, well, here you are. You did everything you wanted to do in that life, right? Right? You completed, you went for it all. You dreamed the impossible dream. You continued to be optimistic in no matter what was going on. You lived to the fullest, right? Very sort of like, are you sure? And she wasn't sure, and she hadn't really. And there was some sense of regret in that moment. And then she got to come back. And you are getting that moment right now. You are standing on the shoulder of giants. You are so infinitely loved that out of all the possible creations that the universe could come up with, the myriad of life and beauty that it can produce, it produced you. It wanted to experience through you because you are so unique, so divine, so beautiful. You have countless souls, an unfathomable amount of energy that has been put into giving you the platform that you now stand upon. So what are you going to do with it? You can do anything. Of course, the most important thing is continuing to shift your focus and your energy so that you see this and you see the beauty in just being where you are. That's the great thing. There's not even really anything you need to do. You just bringing the appreciation, gratitude to the where you are. Even if you have difficult situations going on, just because you get to feel alive. That's the big thing. When we're on the other side, we want to feel alive. And that's why we want the grit. We want the heartache. We want the pain. We want the love. We want the triumph. We want the overcoming obstacles. We want the losing. We want to experience it all. And you're doing it. Anyone listening, you're doing it. You're having that physical experience. And guess what? You can't have those sensations on the other side. That's a gift for 3D, for physicality. And the fact that you are here, don't resent what you wanted so desperately. You wanted so badly to be able to have this experience, and now you're doing it. And by appreciating it and having gratitude for it, especially the rough parts, right? That is how you up level into the next grandest version of yourself. I wrote a quote yesterday, I think, on the Positive Head Instagram, and I said, life is a series of picking up lessons and experiences you need along the way so that you can integrate and use them on your next quote-unquote level of your own unique adventure. If they were difficult lessons and experiences, they represent energy that you have been chosen to transmute. So get on with transmuting your lumps of coal into the diamond life you were born to live. And I'll add to that what I wrote yesterday. Before it's too late, before you're on the other side saying, oh man, yeah, now I remember how much I wanted to experience those things. Meanwhile, I was there and I was resenting it the whole time and kicking and screaming and resisting. If you can bring this awareness, this perspective to now, what a powerful realization, what a powerful truth that you have gifted yourself with. You don't want to be on the other side and hear, you led the life you wanted to live, right? And then the answer be no. You didn't go for it. You stayed on the sidelines. You stayed judging everything. You stayed beating yourself up about what you are or what you're not and comparing yourself to others and all these silly games that we play with ourselves that are just completely pointless. Get excited about the idea, the truth, the reality that you are a God for all practical purposes. I don't know a better word. You are source. You are one with all things. You are a divine being. And all the upside of that truth is what lies ahead of you. Now what? Now are you excited, or is your life boring, humdrum? And the thing about being a divine emanation like you are, you can choose to create anything, including a perspective of humdrum. This is whatever. Life's boring. I'm not really digging this. Or you can see all the potential of the upside of that truth that you are a divine emanation, and all that comes with that is ahead of you. You can choose any part of it. It's all a part of it, including absolute boredom and, stagnation and not really going for it. That's a part of it that you can certainly choose to experience. It has its purpose in the grand picture, right? Can't know that what you are unless you know that what you are not. As for me, I'm ready to get on with the juicy stuff. I'm ready to see more and more magic. And you guys have seen it in your own lives as you start to bring this excitement, this enthusiasm for the truth of who and what you are into your heart, into your mind. It starts to emanate and ripple out and reflect back in ways that it takes your life to a whole nother level. And if you're listening to this, you're either having those experiences now or you're about to have them, because you wouldn't be tuning into this out of the infinite things that are vying for your attention unless you were resonant with this information. And so congratulations to each and every one of you. We're all doing it. It has been such a pleasure to stand on the shoulder of giants with you today. Where we go from here is really, no one really knows, other than the upside of the truth that we are divine beings lies ahead of us. All the adventure. I'm sure there will be trials, tribulations, exhilaration, victory, and everything in between. And you wouldn't have it any other way. It's why you created all this. It's why you set out to have a life in 3D, so you could have these experiences that can only be experienced here. So get on with appreciating that, appreciating exactly where you are, and watch everything start to unfold and have a different shimmer to it. If you can bring that awareness to the most mundane thing you're doing today, running copies at the copier at your office, cleaning the dog's mess in the yard, whatever it is that you're doing, shoveling horse shit, whatever you might be doing that could be viewed as mundane, finding the beauty in that moment, bringing presence, radical presence to the now, the only moment that ever exists throughout eternity. There is no past. It doesn't exist. You can't show it to me. Future certainly never shows up like you imagine, exactly like it, right? All there ever is now, and you're going to have infinite nows, and you've always been able to deal with the now. You've always been able to find a way to be at peace and get through it if it was challenging, right? Even though some of the nows have been challenging and others will be challenging, by becoming the eye of the storm, you become the unmoved mover behind it all. That's where your divine higher self, God self, resides. It's there just watching, observing it all, knowing it's all sort of Maya. It's all illusion from one perspective, and you are actually untouchable, infinite love. And knowing that makes it all so much easier to be able, when you can bring that perspective to the rough patches, you have that grace and finesse that you bring. It's like, we got a professional here. Okay, I see. We've got someone who's mastering themselves, who's mastering the game. Well, we got to give them the next level of experience then, right? They're seeing through the Maya and knowing that they're the unmoved mover that's eternally there and is eternally untouchable. What a beautiful thing. And this has been a beautiful thing to connect and share with you as always. I do have a song to leave you with. This is Tristan DeLige, and the song is Gianni. I think I'm saying it right. Jioni. Beautiful track. Hope you enjoy. Until next time, journey well. Love you all so, so much. Also, if you're craving more consciousness elevating content, be sure to check out Gaia, which is my personal go-to source for streaming consciousness content on the web, where you can stream an incredible 7,000 plus exclusive videos covering 5,000 years of wisdom. As you all hear me constantly say, it's a daily conscious effort to maintain an elevated vibration. And if you're looking to journey deep down the rabbit hole to do so, then Gaia is the best place I know of to do it, period. And you can sign up for your first month for only 99 cents at gaia.com/positivehead. That's spelled GAIA.com/positivehead. Check it out.